Welcome to our winter Neca figure pickups. So, at the beginning of January, Neca had a sale going on at Target where their figures were buy one get one half off, and most of my Targets are very badly picked through. I was hoping to find some of the Ninja Turtle sets, but well, it did not shake out. Actually, we didn't even find four things at our Targets. Like, it was so heavily picked over, but we did get some things that we were really excited about. So, without further ado, we're going to start with the Godzilla Mothra. Sure. Oh, it's not in there, but I show off the package because I kind of want to point out a bit of something that kind of bothers me about this figure. Like, it's a very nice figure, so I mean, the detail is spectacular. Like, the colors are great. It's just, and it's great how they keep them in scale with like Godzilla and Rodan. It's just this figure, like this is how much. See how little space it actually occupied, like in this giant box, and also it was full price. So this was $25. So that's the reason I hadn't bid on it in so long, because over the summer when I got Godzilla and then the fall when I got Rodan, I still wasn't picking up Mothra because it just didn't seem worth it. Like, if this figure had been 12, it would have been like, okay, sure, but uh, even with the detail, it just baffles me how it was still, like, so pricey. But then again, the detail is very good. It comes with a little base. And I don't want to move him too much because he'll fall off this clear thing if I jiggle him too much. And I almost broke it a couple times, actually, because I thought like that the wings could pivot. Like, the wings can move up and down, but that's pretty much your whole range of motion there. Like, I kept trying to like swivel them and almost broke the crap out of it. Like, the legs do move, but they're really frail in there. So, I mean, I can kind of go like this a little bit, just kind of change how its limbs are positioned. But one of them did fall off like every time I did it, so I don't really want to tinker with it too much. So it's a beautiful figure, and it finishes out the Godzilla Mothra Rodan set. I just wish it was like a bit cheaper, but thankfully the sale made that sort of easier to deal with. Ironically, maybe I could have. Yeah, it was a mess. And then something I didn't even know Neca was putting out. So they have the dog alien from Alien 3, which, I probably should have adjusted the lighting a bit better here. So I didn't open this one up, because I'm probably just going to hang it on the wall. But what's cool about this is, so it looks a lot like the other versions of this alien that they've put out before. Like, they just haven't made it an ultimate figure yet. But what's nice about this is it seems like they've designed the legs so that it can actually get down on all fours like it does in the movie, which is something that's made posing a lot of their alien figures kind of difficult. Like, I think it might be because this alien doesn't have the back spines, and so they can have like a kind of like a channel for its head to tilt all the way back. So this is something I'd kind of like to open up, but we are quite out of shelf space. So this is probably going to have to be hung up like the Thing and Ghostface over there. So, but it does come with a little chest. It does come with some cool stuff though. So it comes with kind of that larval alien queen that you see on the cover, just as like a set piece sort of thing. And then it comes with a chest burster of itself. Like, this particular alien is the dog alien is one of the weirder aliens, because it kind of has a bunch of unique to it things. And so this chest burster actually is like a bit more upright, and you can see like it has more defined legs. So this is a cool figure overall, and it was worth picking up like on the sale. But the thing I actually cared the most about, that I was explicitly hoping to run into, was Neca's Sam re-release. So many years ago, they did have a Sam figure, back when I wasn't really collecting figures as much as I should have been. And when that went out of production, oh my, did it get expensive. I think I looked for it on eBay once and it was like $200. It was crazy. And so when they announced, it's like, oh yeah, so Ultimate Sam, coming out soon. I was like, yes. And, finally we encountered it in the wild. So the box is actually really nice. It's got like this kind of mirror sheet. It's got like this kind of foil hint to it. Like you can kind of see. It's got like this whole glossy finish. And so this is one of the things that I intend to display like on that shelf back there. So I did open it up and take him out. What's kind of nice is this actually has a really good like background in the box. So this is one of the Neca figures that you could really leave in the box and display like just as well. And he comes with a lot of, so here he is. So he's to scale with the other Neca figures. So he'll look pretty short next to Myers. So this is kind of how I set up having him posed. So because he comes with quite a bit of stuff, which I wish I had the foresight to display all at once. But so one thing that I think you should be aware of with this figure is a lot of the stuff is in here really, really tight. So like this pumpkin that he comes with, like that was in the spot, and it was in here so tight I had to like chop this all up with scissors. So it's almost like it wasn't designed to be taken out. That's why the heads are still in here too, because otherwise I'd be like bringing out all the accessories and just like showing them off, because I'm almost afraid of like damaging these, like getting them out, because that's actually what happened too. So Sam comes with 3 heads in addition to the default sack head. So he comes with the one where the mouth is, with a sack head where the mouth is open, the one after he's been shot, like in the movie, and he's got some of like the goo coming out of him. And then we just have like unmasked Sam, which really great detail on, by the way. Like Neca always like crushes it with that. So when the jaw opens and closes. However, this was so tight in the package that the jaw actually popped out, and it was very, very difficult to like work it back in. Like I had to both heat this up and slightly widen the hole and gently like work it in like with like it was an unbelievable mess. So, but aside from heads, I mean, you do get 2 pumpkins. So this is the one seen on the poster, which is a nice touch. But again, really tight in there. And then I think one of the cooler ones from the scene where from Sam's segment of Trick or Treat, where he comes after Old Man Craig. Yeah. I don't know if you can see, but this bad boy lights up. So that's pretty dope. So I think this might be one of my favorite things about this figure. It's like the flames actually look pretty realistic, despite being just like a hunk of plastic. And so I kind of have him. So this is how he's going to be on my shelf, and I'm kind of hyped to incorporate him into that display. So it's good. So that's like, even if you're maybe somehow not a Trick or Treat fan, which how could you not be? This is a pretty cool accessory, just if you have figures in general. So, and he comes with his bag, which kind of only fits in. So this comes with 2 different hands, and his sack only really fits in one hand and doesn't quite touch the ground evenly. So this figure is a little hard to pose, in all honesty. But let's take a moment to go over the accessories he comes with. So he comes with kind of his blown off hand from his scene in Trick or Treat. So with the pumpkin string kind of coming off of it. So you can actually just take one of his hands off and not replace it to replicate that. That's what the other head is. That's what the string head is for. So he comes with this much smaller hand with, well, the hand configurations are, there's like the wide one for holding the bag, which is what I have on him now. And then there's also this one with like a really tiny, like open space for Sam's lollipop, which fits in there pretty nicely. I think my main gripe with this figure is that the hand that can hold the lollipop, like, I really wish that it was his left hand, so I could have him with the sack and the lollipop, but, you know, it's the right hand, so you can kind of have one pose or the other, which makes me a little sad. But I think I like my pumpkin flame solution more. And this is a pretty well done, like, as small as it is, and as, like, super breakable as it feels, there's a lot of detail on this. Like, it's pretty amazing. And then we also have Sam's weapon from his segment, the candy bar with the razor blade in it, which fits into, I believe it actually fits into the bag hand, but the bag hand is a little bit hard to, like, work the bag into. I had to kind of pry his fingers a little bit, so I don't really want to push it too much. So it's pretty detailed. Like, there isn't text on the wrapper or anything too crazy, but, you know, it looks amazing in his hand. So overall, I think this is probably one of Neca's best figures. I'm trying to remember if this came out in technically December or January, because the way their releases are kind of staggered in a weird way. So, I mean, I think this is definitely the best thing Neca has out this year. I'm just not 100% sure it's from this year. But, you know, if you see this, like, just get it. Like, it's so awesome, and I'm so happy that they reissued it. You know, especially with, like, this level of, like, completion and detail. And, I mean, how can you not love that? I'm so easily amused. Well, so that's a wrap for our NECA figure pickup. So I think it's kind of a while before anything really exciting comes out for NECA. So might be our last figures for a while. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed getting a bit of a closer look at them. I guess this is sort of a review of the Sam figure, which, well, because it's smaller, like, it feels like his joints are a little bit more fragile. But, hey, totally worth it, especially if you're into trick-or-treat. So, but that said, thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to let me know how I could do these better in the comments, and we'll see you later.